DSS in trouble after a lot of Biafrans break into tears in the early half today after they saw the emotional warning video of Nnamdi Kanu, and this happened after Nnamdi Kanu was declared missing yesterday. You know, they said they couldn't find Nnamdi Kanu again in the DSS custody. They said it disappeared. They don't know his whereabouts, which is very impossible. Now a lot of Biafrans have been out there agitating that where is Nnamdi Kanu now. This emotional video of Nnamdi Kanu leaked out few hours ago after Nnamdi Kanu was found. You will see everything that Nnamdi Kanu said in this very video. A lot of people break down into tears in the early half today as they listen to the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra. Just stay connected to the end of this video. If you can share this video, do it to share it. Share it to different social media platforms. Let it go viral. And if you can share it, just like it as you're watching it. Like it, give it a thumb up so that it will be recommended. Just stay connected. I'm coming back again.
Welcome you back to LAJUPOG TV.
I don't have bad news for you today.
The home of religious gossip.
But you should believe you find for Mohammed.
What is happening in the Christendom? Join now to make sense with LAJUPOG.
Hello my great and wonderful viewers, welcome back to LAJUPOG TV. For those of you coming across the channel for the very first time, ensure you click the red subscription button appearing on your video screen, and at the same time do well to click the notification bell icon so that whenever we drop a new video in few hours time, YouTube will easily let you to know. Something is happening in Nigeria right now. Something tragic is happening, and a lot of Biafrans are already seeing this. They are already seeing the light, though they have not seen the real thing that is actually coming, but they are already seeing what is coming, how it's going to look like to Nnamdi Kanu. Now a lot of people agitated yesterday. They said where is Nnamdi Kanu, because according to the report that came out from LAJUPOG.ng yesterday, they said Nnamdi Kanu disappeared from DSS custody, which I released a video on yesterday. They said they did not see Nnamdi Kanu on DSS custody again, and a lot of Nigerians and Biafrans know that this is very impossible for us not to see Nnamdi Kanu in DSS custody where the security is very tight. Is it that all the DSS guys are actually sleeping when Nnamdi Kanu sneak out of the DSS custody? That was the controversy out there. That's the problem out there now. A video of Nnamdi Kanu actually leaked out. This is a warning video of Nnamdi Kanu to all Biafrans. This video leaked out few hours ago, and a lot of people have actually come across this video, and this video caused a lot of people into tears. It caused Biafrans into tears in the early half today. This is an emotional warning video from Nnamdi Kanu. Let us stay connected to the end of this video. If you can share this video, do it to share it. Share to different social media platforms. Let it go viral, and if you can share it, just like it. Like it, give it a thumb up so that it will be recommended for us. You know, this video came out few hours after Nnamdi Kanu was found and all of that. And you know, the Nigerian government never wanted Nnamdi Kanu to go and meet the Biafran people and all of that. They don't want this man to go and meet his families and to enjoy his kids and all of that, including his wife, because the court have already made the rulings in several occasions that they should allow Nnamdi Kanu to go. The DSS failed to allow him to go because these people are actually disrespecting the court order in many cases. I've never seen a country where they are disrespecting the judicial system of the country, because Nigeria judicial system are collapsed finally. This have not happened in the history of any country, that the court will make another, or the court will make a ruling and some people will be there disrespecting the ruling. Are they bigger than the law? That's the point, because according to the rule of law, nobody is bigger than the law. But in Nigeria, with the only write that in the constitution, some people are bigger than Nigeria law. That is why the court can make a ruling that they should release Nnamdi Kanu, and the DSS will still be taking order from some people and still holding him back, and the court cannot do anything about it. That is what is happening, even to the extent that this man is going to the appeal, appealing that they should release him and all of that so that he can go back to his people. Is it that the government is actually scared that if he should go back to the Biafra people, they will be mobilizing more and they will be strengthened and they will hijack themselves from Nigeria and all of that? What's the government scared of? Because the cases of Nnamdi Kanu now, they are accusing him of terrorism and all of that. They are luring some things to his leg, because a lot of killings are going on in the southeastern part of Nigeria, in the Igbo land. There are a lot of insecurity issues and all of that, and the government are linking everything down to Nnamdi Kanu, that it is the Nnamdi Kanu people, the IPOB, that are constituting nuisance in the eastern part of Nigeria and all of that. That if Nnamdi Kanu should go again and join them, that it will be more worse. So that is why they don't want to release Nnamdi Kanu. Now Nnamdi Kanu came out, he said he is not part of the people that are constituting nuisance in the eastern part of Nigeria, that IPOB is not responsible for the insecurity thing that is going on in the eastern part of Nigeria, that if they should release him, that insecurity, you know, he released that video a few days ago, and that's not the video I want to show you in this very video, But I'm just dating you back to what is happening in Nigeria right now, which a lot of Biafrans did not even know about, which a lot of Nigerians did not know about. Nnamdi Kanu said they should release him, that if they should release him, they should just give him 2 minutes. He made mention of it, he said 2 minutes, that he will make sure that all the insecurity thing in the eastern part of Nigeria will go down, that nothing like such will happen again, and all of that, because he believes that the people that are there, they are not IPO people. The people that are constituting all those nations, the governments and all of that, they are not IPO people, because according to what Nnamdi Kanu said, he said if Fulani people should even invade the eastern part of Nigeria and kill a lot of people, they will still date it back to IPO so that they will not release him. That's what the government is trying to do, according to what Nnamdi Kanu and his lawyer actually said few days ago. They said this few days before Nnamdi Kanu was declared missing and all of that in the DSS custody. Now Nnamdi Kanu said they should let him go so that he can tackle all the insecurity issues and let everything just go off like that, and there will be peace in the eastern part of Nigeria. But they did not want him to go. Now Nnamdi Kanu made it known to the general public. He said the government officials are the one responsible for the insecurity thing that is going on in the eastern part of Nigeria, that they are enjoying some dividends from the insecurity that is happening in Nigeria. They are enjoying some money. They are seeing some money from the insecurity that is happening in Nigeria. I've never seen a country where there is massive hunger, where there's inflation, where there's economic crisis, and some people are said to be enjoying some dividends from insecurity that is happening in the country. The kidnappers in the country, they are not kidnapping rich men again. They are kidnapping anybody, kidnap people. They can kidnap plumber, they can kidnap organizer and mechanic. Anybody that comes their path, they will kidnap the person. The people that have not seen food to eat will now be moving up and down, running up and down, running letter scatter to mobilize themselves and gather money for ransom and all of that. That's what is happening in the institution of Nigeria right now. Now, Nnamdi Kanu was declared missing yesterday by LAJUPOG. Now, I want to play you a video now. This is an emotional video that got a lot of people crying the early afternoon when they saw Nnamdi Kanu making the video and crying. They too cry because they never expected that this can actually happen. Now, let's get to stay connected to the end of this video. This is a warning video to all Biafrans from Nnamdi Kanu. So if you can share the video, do it to share it. And if you can't share it, just like it. Like it, give it a thumb up. Nnamdi Kanu released the video even before his arrest. Just stay connected. I'm coming back again.
We are here to put the record straight. We are here to make you understand that this very journey is irreversible. What we are doing cannot be stopped. There is no human on the face of this very earth that is capable of interrupting our relentless march towards our freedom. It doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter whatever position you may have held or in what esteem we may have regarded you in the past. On this very solemn march towards our freedom, if you are not able to stay on the path of the straight and narrow, you will be discarded and we will march on. Nothing is going to stop us. Nothing is going to phase us. Nothing can disrupt this very march towards that very promised land of Biafra. If you're a hardcore, we welcome you. If you are seeking to become one, we also welcome you. We ask you, as always, to get your pen and paper ready. This is the greatest platform, the greatest institution you will ever be privileged to listen to or to be lectured from. I am asking each and every one of you, as it is with IPOB. The thing about IPOB that I love so much is that we are not like other useless African people, and we can never be. I make no apologies about that at all. Where we come from a very early age, we teach you how to reason properly. Sadly, other people have failed to reason. That is why Africa is so poor and wretched. Backwards, poor and wretched. Because we black Africans do not reason. I have only one question for the few Yoruba journalists that have been feigning ignorance about all the evidence that we've amassed against Jubril of Sudan. How can somebody be taller in 2015 than, say, for instance, Saraki, and all of a sudden he's now shorter? And you don't think there is something wrong? Maybe because I'm a black African man, and as you well know, it's just like asking Jesus to come back as a black man. Nobody will follow him. That is a fact of life. The same thing is happening now. Unless a white man stands up somewhere to say that what Nnamdi Kanu is saying is true, a sizable number of black people will not believe, because I'm a black person like them. And we don't believe that anything good can come out of a black person. That is the very simple truth. It sounds very painful, but that is the truth. That is why until a white man confers some kind of legitimacy upon a black man or a black woman, nobody listens to them. Nobody. In the zoo, they are pretending nothing is happening. Some of them have gone to the lengths of trying to counter what we are saying. They fabricate their own lies. They drown in their own lies. They keep deceiving themselves in the zoo. And you will hear what is going to happen very soon. Just bear with me. We must dismantle these lies. God did not create Nigeria. Nigeria was created by Frederick Lugard and the girlfriend Flora Shaw. Not by God. Anybody telling you that God created Nigeria, the person is deceiving you, the person is lying, and the person can never ever be redeemed. I can assure you of that. Do you know how you can tell how if God made a country or nation or not? Simply ask yourself this question: who created Britain? Who created Russia? Who created France? Who created Denmark? There is a plan and orchestrated disinformation championed by corrupt segments of the media. They know the truth, but they lie. Allow us, we know what we are doing. We want to prove to the whole world, I want to prove to humanity, that Nigeria is a bundle of lies and that Nigerians are liars by nature. And the worst part of it, they don't have the liver. They don't have the conscience to rise up and say that evil is evil. That is why you are owing teachers for 2 years. You are owing nurses for 8 months. And the same nurse will go out and say, hey, yes, we are going to vote. But the people you voted for are the ones owing you. They will never pay you your salary because they know you are stupid. They know if they call for an election, you will vote. They know how useless you are. That is why they owe you your money. They won't give it to you because they know you're stupid. All the sultan, all these idiots that occupy positions in the zoo. Do you think that the zoo is the first place on this earth where you've had corrupt rulers? No! It was everywhere all over the world. In Europe, do you know what the people did? Their rulers came to bribe them. Oh, why don't you do this for us? Oh, why don't you allow me to do this for you or to do that for you? Do you know what the people did? They said, no. We are going to change you and change the system that produced the likes of you. Do you see where Europeans are different from black African people? Do you see where even Latinos in South America, that they jail any corrupt leader in Brazil, you're going to jail. They imprison you. You don't reason very well. There is something wrong with your brain. It doesn't function properly. Let me tell you something. You see Britain. In Britain, people revolted against a corrupt leadership. King Charles was beheaded by Oliver Cromwell. In France, the same thing. King Louis and Marie Antoinette were beheaded. The people said enough is enough. But have you noticed, even Arabs, remember the Arab Spring? Arabs said enough is enough. Have you ever asked yourself, why is it that black African people are suffering and they are smiling? Because they are useless. Because their brain doesn't work properly. But in IPOB, our brain functions very well. They insult elders. If an elder is a complete idiot and a pedophile, we will sack you. Because you are nobody. You are evil. Listen to your elders. How old is Emmanuel Macron? How old is the Austrian Prime Minister? Our last born, Chichi Wangamwani, is older than the Austrian Prime Minister. And you're suffering and you're smiling. And when they tell you go and get your PVC, you foolishly and hopelessly and idiotically go and polish it. You want to go and vote because you're stupid. You don't want your life to change. We have sacrificed so much that we may show you the way. But anyway, some of you are black. They say people are complaining in the US, that black Americans are complaining in the US. I feel sorry for all of you. Not IPOB, because we are very smart. Very, very smart. We must continue. These lies championed by channels television and their likes. AFP, the Associated, is it Agence French Press? Agence French Press. AFP, they've joined them and they've collected their own share of the money. They think, you know, I'm not afraid of anybody. I don't care who you are. If you like, be the most powerful, most influential media group in the world, I don't give a damn. The coming of Biafra is in the hands of Chukwuka, not in the hands of man. And that is where it's going to come. So when I ask you to follow me to the temple to go and pray, you will join me. Because I told you that Chukwuka will give us Biafra, and he did. We must proceed. Some of them think that Black Africa is devoid of conscience and that we have no common sense. So any rubbish can go. But I'm going to shock them. We have placed the zoo in a very uncomfortable place. What they have done is to resort to whole-scale bribery. They must bribe the journalists all over the world to keep writing nonsense. Hey, I don't know what brought me to Africa. I think Chukwuka should have made me to become maybe a tree in a forest. When they cut me down, at least they can make center table with me and that'll be useful. Sometimes don't some of you think at all what you're doing in Africa? You are the #1 contributor to carbon emission. You. All of you have generator. Everybody has generator in the zoo. And you are attending a conference on how to reduce carbon emission. So let me ask you, so when you come back, you tell us now to stop using generators? I don't understand it. And they say he's going to Poland. And people are waving him off. We'll get Biafran and we'll show them how things are done. We are Biafrans, we're not going to lose focus. We are IPOB. It doesn't matter. You know, sometimes people, I say somebody's name on radio, Biafra, or we say, oh, we respect so-and-so person, and the next day the zoo will go to that person, give them money to say some nonsense against our IPOB, or against Nnamdi Kanu. You must all be used to it. This is called freedom fighting. We don't have guns or ammunition, no. We don't have bullets, no. No knives, no machete, nothing, not even penknife. But we are involved in freedom fighting. Don't expect your enemies to fold their arms and just be waiting for you to walk over them. Anybody I mention on Radio Biafra, anybody that I say is close to me, they go to that very person, they give them money, they bribe them, they promise them heaven and earth to come out and start speaking from the other side of the mouth. All of you must get used to it. And when you see such nonsense, you simply move on. Ignore them because they are trying to distract you from what you are supposed to be doing. So we must move on because this very gospel must be preached. Chukwuka will bear us witness always because we always win. We are Radio Biafra. Every time we win, there is nothing anybody can do about it. They can arrest us all they like. Professors without any discovery. I remember one man called Professor Degoking, University of Ife, I'll never forget. He took 10 million. People will be amazed as to how I remember all these things. He took $10 million from Babangida. He said he was a professor of nuclear physics. We asked him, nuclear physics in West Africa. Nuclear physics, yeah. He said, then they asked him, can you go out then? In all fairness, Babangida had a very spectacular plan for the Nigerian economy. I must be very honest. But the idiots messed it up anyway. He said he will use, listen to this very carefully, nuclear bombardment to multiply the average yield of wheat in the zoo, because then there was a problem with importation of flour from abroad. Are you feeling what I'm saying? So Babangida was very desperate. He wanted, for the zoo to be sufficient in wheat production. I'm sure even Babangida himself may have forgotten. This man collected mobilization fee in those days of $10 million to go and research on how to use nuclear rays to multiply the yield of wheat. Till today we heard nothing from him. But he's a professor. He's a professor in the zoo. These are the ways they bamboozle you. Professor Emeritus, this and that. Ask him, what have you done in the past? What have you done before? Nothing. Nothing. Because they think we are stupid. They think we don't know what we are doing. But now we have found them out. We have found them out and we must continue. They have taken everything from the zoo. The only thing they can throw in your faces are dead certificates. Before you become a politician, maybe in the UK you have to belong to the Labour Party because you believe in the masses, you believe in workers, or you're a conservative because you believe in, leaving things the way they are. In America you're a Democrat, a Republican, either you're a conservative or you're a liberal. In the zoo, today they're in DPP, tomorrow morning they're in APC, next tomorrow they're in PDP, and then the other morning they have now merged to another group. These are politicians in Nigeria. There is no ideology, none whatsoever. Everybody wants to get their hand at the honey, the tail of oil and gas money. That's all. They have nothing to offer. You know that. We all know that. They have nothing to offer you because they are politicians without ideology, defecting from one party to the different above you. Hey, this is why I call them zoo, and I call them zoo. They don't like it. But they are worse than animals, I'm telling you. Worse than animals they are. They have wealth without prosperity. The richest man in Africa is a Dangote. But you have an Almajiri begging for food on the streets in Kano. Poverty everywhere. The richest man is Dangote. They have a private, they want to live like you, but they have yachts. They are traveling along the coast. Then the yacht wearing suit and tie. Spending all the money you have because all of you are foolish. The zoo has the highest concentration of public office looters in the world, of which the Fulani constitute 90%. Nobody steals more public funds than Fulani people, but you don't know this because you are daft. Your eyes are closed. You read what Yoruba journalists feed you. Most of them are Yoruba Muslims. They are loyal to the Fulani people. The Fulani are their gods. Some of you don't know that the Sultan of Sokoto is the religious leader of every Yoruba Muslim. Do you know that before? Their loyalty is the Sultan of Sokoto, not to the Oni of Ife. Go and ask. What I give you here is authentic information. Go and check it. I said it's correct. Nobody steals more than them. Wealth without prosperity. All the richest people in the zoo are politicians, or those that politicians made. Nobody made their money through enterprise or sheer hard work. Those that did, you don't hear about them anymore. Who is the richest man in Yoruba land? Is it not Tinubu? Was he a millionaire before he became governor? Was he a millionaire? I'm asking a simple question. Was Tinubu a millionaire? Do you expect his newspaper, Nation, to criticize him? Do you expect TVC, the satellite TV station, to criticize him? He is their Jagaban. He's stealing on their behalf. They won't criticize him. And if you try to, they say he's an elder. You don't criticize elders. My goodness me. They claim they are religious without piety. Some of them go as far as trying to make a fool of themselves in trying to make a mockery of my religion. If you don't know, let me tell you tonight. All of you who are thick in the head, let me tell you tonight. Jesus Christ is a Jew. Are you aware of that? Do you know that? Do you know that Jesus is Jew? Do you know he's Jewish? If you are following Jesus Christ, it means you are also a Jew. Now it's sinking in, isn't it? I follow the religion of the ancients, of my forefathers and my ancestors, that worshipped only Elohim and no other. That's what I'm doing. You may not understand it, because its modern interpretation, its scriptural and intellectual interpretation is found in the ethics of Judaism, if you so wish to call it that. There's the religion of the ancients. Christianity came from Judaism. If you don't know, let me educate you. The same way that every other church came from Roman Catholicism. That is also a fact. And if you do not know and you are in Islam, it was Christians that formed Islam. Now it's becoming clearer, isn't it? Pure fact. The first wife of Muhammad was a Roman Catholic nun. If you don't know, let me tell you. Research it very well. So when people talk rubbish, nonsense, bunkum, garbage they don't know about, before you understand what we are doing, please, I recommend you go to Eri, the land of Eri, Eri and Akuleri. Then perhaps you can begin to understand what we are talking about, because I want to debate people who are intelligent.
Thank you for staying connected, my great and wonderful viewers. You can hear from the horse's mouth himself. You can hear what Nnamdi Kanu said. You know, this was the video that was played few hours ago, and it got a lot of Biafrans crying because they never expected that such a thing can be happening and can be going on underneath. You know, Nnamdi Kanu have come out before and he have made it known to the general public, even in the court. You know, it was the lawyer of Nnamdi Kanu that have been defending him right from time. But it got to a point, they pushed him to the wall. It got to a point, he started defending himself in the court of law. He started speaking for himself because he knows that these people are actually violating his fundamental human rights. Yes, anybody can be arrested, but the moment they set up the person for trial and the court make the ruling, nobody is bigger than the law. Nobody have the right to disobey the court ruling, irrespective of the person or irrespective of the status of the person or irrespective of the institution in the country. But DSS have been violating the law and they have been doing everything possible to hold Nnamdi Kanu back. We do not know who they are receiving order from, but they are not following the court order, because if they have to follow the court order, they would have released this man and this man would have gone back to his people and all of that, and everything would have died down. The insecurity that is ongoing in the eastern part of Nigeria, according to what Nnamdi Kanu said, everything will go down, because he actually said they should release him because the government is already putting it on his leg that all the insecurities that is ongoing in the eastern part of Nigeria, that it is the IPO people that are responsible for it, that all the news, all the violence that they inciting in the eastern part of Nigeria, it is the IPO people that are responsible for it. But Nnamdi Kanu lawyers came out and they made it known to the general public that it is not the IPO people, and even Nnamdi Kanu himself spoke. He said it is not the IPO people, that the IPO people are good people, that they are not violent people, that it is not the IPO people that are responsible for the security that is ongoing in the eastern part, all the killings, all the kidnappings, all of that. You know, it's not the IPO people. So Nnamdi Kanu said they want to be sure of what he's saying, that they should release him, that they should just give him 2 minutes, maybe all the insecurity thing will go down. That he'll be speaking in the eastern part of Nigeria. Did they burn anybody where to violate his order and all of that? He said they owes the eastern part of Nigeria. He released the video. Many of you might have watched the video, but yet they did not release this guy.
They know it very well. And I suspect that some people in government are complicit. They are making money with insecurity. That's correct. They are making money with it. They know Nnamdi Kanu is outside. In 2 minutes, this nonsense will stop. Who is the idiot? Who is the bagger? That will speak when I'm talking. Who is the fool?
And his lawyers keep winning in court, but yet they did not release this man. And this man staying in the DSS custody is beyond 2 years now. And at the end of the day, the report came in yesterday that Nnamdi Kanu was missing and all of that. But according to the report, they said Nnamdi Kanu wasn't missing. That was what was said by his lawyer yesterday. They said he did not miss, but we don't really know the truth of the matter. Maybe Nnamdi Kanu is missing, but the lawyer said he wasn't missing and all of that. Now, a lot of Biafran people, we don't really know what they saw. They have been agitating that nothing must happen to Nnamdi Kanu. As at yesterday, they said nothing must happen to Nnamdi Kanu, that the order that Nnamdi Kanu gave down before he was arrested, that if they should arrest him and they do all sort of things about him, that if they did not see him again, that if Nigeria should happen to him, that they should take Nigeria down. That was what Nnamdi Kanu said, and that was what a lot of Biafrans are saying. I released a video yesterday and I went to the comment section. I noticed what a lot of people are actually saying, because a lot of people were saying that Nnamdi Kanu gave the order before that if anything should happen to him, that that they should hold Nigeria responsible, that the Biafran will take Nigeria down and all of that. And we don't really want violence as far as Nigeria is concerned. No country in the world actually want violence. Inciting of violence is a big offense under the law, but the court must do the right thing, and the DSS must also do the right thing, because they are already tampering the patient of the people. They are already tampering with the patient of the people. The people of Nigeria are patient enough, because the case of Nnamdi Kanu is exceeding 2 years now. Nothing has been done. The court will make ruling, and the DSS will disobey the ruling with something that we don't really know. And they kept this man hostage and all of that. And according to a report, he's not even having a very good medical care, and where he is not even conducive for him and all of that. So that's what is out there. So what do you guys think? Do you really think Nnamdi Kanu is still in the DSS custody? Because according to what a lot of people were saying in the comment section, they said maybe the government want to release him silently so that nobody will hear about it, so that he can go on SI from Nigeria. Or maybe they actually want to fire him so that they will say that he ran out of the DSS custody, that they didn't know his whereabouts and all of that. And you know, when Nigerian people actually spoke, many of them are speaking from experience, and why many of us we don't speak from experience. So a lot of comments out there. What do you guys think? What do you think is going on in the DSS custody? What do you think is happening to Nnamdi Kanu? Because according to all the allegations leveraging against him, that all the violence going on in the eastern part of Nigeria, the insecurity is from the IPO people. Now, according to the report, Nnamdi Kanu came out and said it is the government that is responsible for all these things that is happening, all the insecurity thing. That some government officials, not all, some government officials, according to what Nnamdi Kanu said, they are the one responsible for all this insecurity. That is why they never want him to go, because they know that if he should go, it will spoil their business. It will stop the insecurity thing. Nobody will be able to perpetrate any evil in the eastern part of Nigeria. That is why they're keeping him hostage, so that they can begin to make more money with the insecurity thing, kidnapping a lot of people, spoil a lot of properties and all of that, so that they can be making a lot of money from it. That is why they never want him to go. So do you really think what Nnamdi Kanu actually said is true, or is this just a speculation? What do you guys think? So I'd like guys to drop your opinion in the comment section of this video. Feel free, see your mind, drop your opinion, as I'm gonna get another thing ended for you. Ensure you follow me on my social media handles on Facebook at LAJUPOG TV and LAJUPOG Entertainment, and on Instagram at LAJUPOG, also on X at LAJUPOG. Guess what, guys? See you in my next video. Bye for now.
I see the hot for my body, I say make I yarn you. Religious gossip plenty day for body, day for ya. Pastor with the line on top, he pastor for LAJUPOG Watch TV. Pastor with the back, where politician with the do pass himself. Corrupt leader, all the while you with the for church. All as LAJUPOG Watch TV.